Hi, my name's Erica, and I'm going to show you how to use the Teacher Next Door's digital games. So right here you can see that this is the free main idea print and digital game. Now I used to own this with the task cards, but I have switched to digital. Again, this is a free download. I already own it, but what I'm going to do is download it for you so you can see how I unzip the file and assign it in Google Classroom. Now the directions that I'm giving right now are specifically for Google Classroom, but if you are on another learning platform, you can definitely attach this to an email and send it to your students. Or if you're a Microsoft school, you can drop it within Microsoft Teams and share it with your student because it just is a simple PDF that is interactive. So any way that you would normally share something with your students, you would attach it through there and send it that way. The one exception to this is Seesaw. You would have to send this via email or AirDrop to your students. It does not work in Seesaw, but there are ways completely around that. So you can see that my file is done downloading now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to unzip that file. And I'm on a Mac, so I'm just going to simply select the file, which then it unzips and shows me the folder. It works the same way if you are on a PC. And here I'm in my Google Classroom. So I'm going to go to my classwork tab and then create, and then I'm going to select assignment right here. Now I'm going to title this main idea game. And normally I would put some instructions in here for my students and write them a little note, but because this is just a little tutorial, I'm going to skip that for right now. But one thing I am going to do is switch this point value. It is ungraded. I am going to assign it my topic, which is my main idea unit. And now for the most important step, I'm going to go to this add button right here, and you can see that 4 options pop up. Now, because Teachers Pay Teachers downloads directly to your computer, I'm going to use this file option right here. But if you have added the file to your Google Drive, say you want to save some space on your personal computer and you want it available through your computer, your work computer, or through your Gmail, through work, you would select this Google Drive option, but I'm going to select file for right now. And then I'm going to go to upload, and I'm going to locate where that file is stored on my computer. Now mine is in my downloads. Again, I'm on a Mac. And you can see that I have 3 options here. So within the file, there's a print main idea game, a digital main idea game, and the editable directions for the print game. The one I'm going to select, because we are digital within our classroom right now, is this digital main idea. And by digital in my classroom, I mean that my students cannot work together right now, so they need to be independent and not sharing materials. So I'm going to select that one. And normally when you assign something that would be editable on Google Classroom, you would use this drop-down menu and make a copy for each student, but you actually don't have to do that if you're sharing a PDF with your students. Because this is just a game and there's no written work that is attached to it, I'm just going to select Students Can View File. Now that that's ready, I'm going to go to Assign. I want to assign it right now because I'm going to show you over here on one of my students' devices what it's going to look like on their end. So I'm going to refresh our classroom, and you can see that it popped up right here, New Assignment Main Idea Game. And then it is attached as a PDF right now. As long as you select that in Google Classroom, it opens up the PDF and you can see that all the pages are in there. It works perfectly, but another option is to use this square with the arrow button right here, and it pulls it over to students' Google Drive. I prefer telling my students to use it within Google Drive because I like that it's full screen for them, and they then know that it's in their Google Drive forever as long as I don't delete the assignment, and they can go back and review it too. So on here, the directions say, determine the main idea from the answer options, select the best answer to see if you're correct. Start game. So this is interactive. So students can tap or click if they're on a Chromebook or a PC, their answers, and it will self-correct them. So if they get the answer wrong, they'll see this. And it says, sorry, try again, go back. I really like this because it kind of accesses that metacognition component of my students' brains, and it forces them to go back and review why their answer was incorrect and then choose another answer to see if they are correct. So if they get the answer correct, they'll see this screen, great job, that answer was correct. I love this for centers because it allows me to pull a group without needing to correct my students, without needing to give feedback. They can do this completely independently. And the one thing that I do want to mention is that this is very, very frequently a part of my reading centers throughout the week. So I wanted to show you one more thing that I own, and that is the Teacher Next Door's game bundle. So there are 2. So they're split between fiction and nonfiction. I have the big bundle, which includes fiction and nonfiction. There's 20 games, 10 fiction and 10 nonfiction. Like I said, if I'm ever not there, like if there's a sub in my classroom, I assign one of these games, and I've had subs write me back and say, thank you so much, your students know exactly what to do. There is a print version attached with this, so you get all the print versions and all the digital versions. Right now, we're just using strictly digital in my classroom, but someday we may go back to print. I love having that option. I can also send these home and assign them for homework. Parents tend to like these too because they don't have to know the answer. It automatically provides it for them, which is super convenient. So hopefully this was helpful in assigning these games within your Google Classroom or within your learning platform. And I hope that you enjoy them just as much as I do.